Well, hello there, every folks. Good God, it has been a minute. It's been a bit more than a minute, and in fact, did I even load the right thing here? Very well possible that I didn't, actually. Let's see, was this the last one? Yeah, I believe so, because I think I was actually testing out some stuff last time. So, okay. Here we are. So there was some kind of large battle dealing. Oh, now I remember what happened. Okay, so about, what has it been, like 2 months now? Kind of before my hand situation got diagnosed, before a bunch of stuff happened. Well, I had gone and started this, had gone and claimed the little background missions and all that kind of thing, and found out there was something called a large battle here, so that was pretty neat. Yeah, long story short, it has been a very, very, very long time since then. Sorry for the just extremely long hiatus. For those that weren't aware, yeah, the hand got all screwy, and now it's better-ish. We're gonna go with better-ish. So yeah, for those that didn't know, by the way, this is this is actually currently on sale. Funnily enough, I wasn't originally gonna be doing this today. In fact, I wasn't gonna be doing much of anything today until I found out, yeah, a bunch of new stuff's been happening. Now that I'm looking at this, why exactly do these guys have stars if they can't learn anything? Am I missing something? I'm quite confused right now. Could be a bug, I'm not sure. There have been many patches since the last version came out, almost to the point that I consider just starting a whole new Game Plus campaign for this kind of thing. But so far that's not the case. Anyway, let's see. We should probably sort everybody out based on injuries. There we go, so we actually have our living characters out, you know, doing the whole living thing. Alright, so I suppose first order of business should probably go do a few little patrol fights to get back into this whole thing. This Guillaume Tordile. Now, I'm actually not sure if the video's not working properly, or if my playback here is a bit screwy. I suppose both are technically options that could happen. So first things first, let's get these level 4s out and see what they can do. Been, weirdly enough, been on kind of an FFT mood lately. Couldn't tell you why. But there we go. Get some of these newbies doing their newbie thing. Now, how do we do all this stuff again? Okay, this guy still needs stuff. This guy... oh, whoops. Well, deleted that guy. Right, let's put you in here then. Alright, let's go back and edit some of this stuff. So equipment-wise, you're all good. Anything extra for you? No. Alright, you're currently a bit leveled up. You're doing fine, you're doing fine. You've got stuff. Do you have stuff? You've got stuff. You, sir, also have stuff. You don't have stuff, and that's fine. And lastly, you are the haver of stuff with your crossbows. Yeah, that's all well and good. Fantastic. Hopefully this doesn't backfire horribly. There we go. Now playback's working properly. I'm not sure why that took so long to work, and in fact it appears to be all jittery. I don't suppose anybody could let me know if all that jitter's coming through. Could just be my playback that's jittery, because, well, several reasons on that one, actually. Alright, 30, 20... Could always just go for the old AoE here, and that seems to be the main order of the day. Oh, he's got healing puppy, that's adorable. man, it has been way, way, way too long. So much stuff has happened since then, since the last part of this. So we'll see how my hand holds up. Basically, this is already post-surgery and all that kind of thing, but technically, this is the first time I'm testing it with the controllers, so, you know, results might be pending on that one. I'd love to just basically go through the entirety of the DLC and just complete this whole run over the course of the next few days. However, if that winds up being a bit more... Well, if it ends up being too soon, long story short, then you know, we'll see how things go from there. But one thing at a time. Let's see, Helitron... Seems to do something, I suppose. See if a test message shows up here. Does it show up? I don't believe it does. Well, then again, I suppose the video's pretty well behind right now. Oh, well. Oh, all that beautiful information. I love it. There we go. That should be pretty alright. Yeah, test message isn't showing up. That's a shame. Oh, no, wait, there we go. There we go. It's just got delay for days, it would seem. Odd. Right, will this actually hit? Yes, but I don't know if we're going to have time to heal Melly out of that. Alright. Well, this one needs a little bit of a heal, so fix that situation right away. Beep boop beep boop, etc. I gotta get regeneration puppies. I don't know how you get those. It seems like you can probably make some pretty viable regen builds right now. Out of curiosity, what level are these guys? Oh, 7 and 8, wow. Perhaps not the right map to actually come here. You know, but at the very least, we can get everybody all leveled up. Figure out how we do all that. But yeah, ran into a bit of an interesting situation this week, because it was a kind of odd coming together of several different circumstances. That there was a, well, at least for the rest of today, there was a break in what has otherwise been a pretty intense work schedule. There's been, kind of. Just the experience. So yeah, been a bit of a break in that. There was a bit of a logistical thing that left me, well, left me kind of just sitting here for a little bit. So yeah, kind of an interesting time right now. See how badly I flubbed this comeback here. Alright, he's got his Mirage. Now, part of the problem is we can't seem to make any damage stick here. They're just immediately regenerating everything. So this is what I was saying. I'm wondering if it actually is sensible. You know what? Tell you what. Probably what I should do is go back to that save and actually check the map that I'm going onto. Because that would most definitely be a thing to look at. So, if we're doing 4s, probably would help to not do stuff that's twice their level. So 6 to 10 there. 3 to 7. 1 to 4. Alright. Let's go make that happen. I mean, realistically, what I should have done is probably not made a crapload of newbies to begin with. Not sure what I was thinking on that one. But, we'll make it work. Just gotta give it a bit of a second. We'll figure it out. Because I couldn't actually tell you how a lot of these guys' stats worked out since the last time. It's a little hard to call. I think I'm just trying to build back the A-team more or less. also need to remember barrier being good. That's always fantastic. Let's do the whole thorns thing. See if anyone actually shows up today. It's a definite who knows on that one. The funny part is, yeah, I'm pretty much never on it this time. It's gonna be an unexpected time. So I think we're... I wish I knew if the music was too loud here. I have a feeling it might be, but I can't say for sure. But I think what we're gonna do, just to be safe, because this particular music is super loud, let's go ahead and put this down to about here. There we go. Hopefully that's better. Hopefully it wasn't ear-destroying to begin with. Well, we'll see how that goes. So defend on that one, and by the way, just a quick thing since I've noticed a few folks showed up here. For those that didn't know, this and its DLC is actually on pretty deep sale on Humble Bundle right now. Considering the DLC just recently came out, I'm a little surprised that it's on there, to be honest, because it's a pretty dang good DLC. But yeah, so if y'all end up liking Final Fantasy Tactics or whatever, Tactics Ogre, any of that, it's awesome. It's awesome. Like the look is a little cartoony, but whatever. It's one of those situations where it grows on you. All right, Independent Warlord here. Yeah, he's not long for this world, that's for sure. That dude's gonna be permadead in no time. But yeah, so I'll try to, like I said earlier, I'll try to run through the entire DLC and everything else. Hopefully my hand doesn't get too irritated. We'll see how that goes. Like, despite the fact that the surgery's done and everything, it's like I still probably don't want to be doing too much of that. Alright, let's do Thunderstorm here. Yeah, I gotta say, illusionists in this one, they really carry a lot of downsides. Okay, what do we want to do? I feel like both of those are pretty much ready to go down, but I don't know what any of these guys are up to. That one's turn's coming up. I might be able to go for a dirty hit from back here. Don't even tell me the odds, just smack them. Alright, do some Poison Slice, maybe. Oh yeah, I forgot they took vertical, or they took diagonal away from Slice abilities. Perfect. Yeah, Lazuli should actually be really good this run. And in fact, I have a feeling with this whole New Game Plus situation, where so many of them are resistant to so many things, I have a feeling Chaos Slice is just going to be one of those things, like where it just ends up being really, really handy. So I think we're gonna turn Troy here into a heal nuke, because it's looking like we might need one of those pretty soon. And I'm actually not sure how viable the heal nuke is on this mode. Ah, that's some good coffee. Good coffee. Razor Wind plus Restless Spirit. Yeah, I don't know any of the samurai abilities. Oof. Okay. He's in a bit of a rough spot there. Long way away from... Yeah, long way away from making our heal new cabin here. So I feel like Felix can probably take some hits. Donalto here is pretty tanky. I think we're just gonna have him frontline. Kind of built him up to be a bit of a one vision monk here. Oh, yeah, I forgot that his heals do crazy amounts too. Oh man, it's been a hot minute. Oh man, come on! Friggin' sniper werewolves. What the hell, man? Say Metal Gear. Oh yeah, and he can't be revived now too. Awesome. Are we even close to taking out one of them? I guess we can... Oh, right. We got Flash. Beautiful. Do you have anything similar? Yeah, you've got Flash Strike too. Can you finish that one? And hi there, is not a crook. Streaming during your waking hours? Well, glad to assist. Yeah, honestly, this was completely out of the blue today. It's one of those cases where I used to do just kind of whenever the kiddos were sleeping and things like that, and then today, just out of nowhere, just found this little opening here. Oh, nice, critical flash strike. I forgot that's the thing you can do. Also, wait a minute, is that new? Okay, this is gonna be a weird detail. I don't think that the shields actually had swing animations before. I don't know, maybe I'm overthinking something that was there the whole time, but I don't recall them having that before. But yeah, this is going to be pretty brutal on the rookies. I would expect that most of these new guys are probably just toast. Even the ones that aren't technically new whatsoever, that just survived last campaign only to die unceremoniously to a bunch of random dudes in the woods here. But such is the name of the game with New Game Plus. It's a brutal time where nobody survives. Alright, we got Independent Warlord and Felix. Yeah, let's get Felix back. He's just gonna get blow trophied, isn't he? Okay, we have a rock left. Can you just finish this? Yeah. Forgot Donalto does double damage with rocks. Sure. I forgot how good he is. Like, that's another one of those just fun things about this game. Like, stats, no stats, it's... Like, if you've got a character that's got the right skills, they're gonna have some fun times going on. I feel like this one needs to just disappear somehow, so... Let's see, a Forceful would get 51. That's alright. What about a Chaos? 38 with something. Yeah, same damage, plus they're bleeding, perfect. It's workable. One Vision's Guide's great. Well, I'm glad to assist with that one. Yeah, did a decent bit of work on that one. I know I need to update it. There's definitely more updates to do. But yeah, I'll do that when there's more openings to do so. Right now, typing is still a little bit of an odd duck, but I just got back to being able to use a controller. Vita's mostly fine, but yeah, just got back to being able to use a controller at the very least. Right, I think what we're gonna do. I'm gonna put this over here. This might backfire horribly, but I don't have the points for a revive too. He survived that without even. He's not even on his knees, dang. But yeah, speaking of One Vision, the other thing that I plan to hopefully finish up during this brief window of stuff going on is I plan to hopefully see about wrapping up One Man, One Goal, One Vision. Because we're talking about a thing where I signed up for every possible shift on my job because, well, the new job is occasionally kind of time-consuming, but that still gave me about 4 days where I potentially have hours on end to do stuff, so potentially, seeing as the kiddos are hanging out at a wedding for, half a week, and I'm mostly just at home, attempting to work during most of the time, well, I guess there's a bit of an opportunity here to see if I get pretty far in that run, so we'll see how that goes. And they're... Wow, okay, they're wounded, bleeding, and charmed, apparently. We'll let that remain. You got Siphon Blade. Not so much. Black Blade, what about that one? Put him asleep, 75%. He's not in the greatest shape, but this is worth a shot, because she might heal him. Yeah, blinded. That'll do. Nice! Okay, perfect. Interestingly, though, you don't get the loot drop for Blood Trophy. Good to know. Oof. Okay, barely survived that one, but Mirage. He's probably going to get targeted again. Wait. That's not what I meant to do. I meant to do the heal nuke. Oh well. That's fine. That's fine, we'll make it work. Alright, I don't want this one acting again. So we're going to have to rely on his Mirage, so take that one out. Oh, get out of here. Alright. That's a problem. Alright, double team this one then. Oh, come on now. Wow! I think that was a double 98% miss, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, wait, did they just have evade attack or something? Huh. What is this? Oh, that's what's going on. Okay, so there's a new page now for pet effects. So dismiss, heal, glomp, attack. Okay, so I have no idea how the new pet system works. I haven't gotten anyone that does that yet. There's so much stuff to keep track of now, but does he have, No, he just has evasion up, but it still was like 90-something%, wasn't it? I have no idea. No idea whatsoever. Oh, 79%, okay. Okay, crit. Rude. Although apparently you don't need any skills to, Ooh, what the heckery? Okay. They can do that, it would seem. Right, so Chivalrous Spirit, no. Oh, right. He has to be a Knight Paladin for the heal nuke. I was setting him up for nothing. Never mind. Okay, What can we do here? Probably just items, maybe get him a little bit healed up. Alright, revive 2, get the Independent Warlord up, get him up over here. Apparently this strategy of just slap halberds on everything is still workable. Alright, well, we need the Samurai gone again. Wow, 18. Not ideal. Okay, 35 MP. Sure? I'm not entirely sure what that's going to do exactly. Alright, why don't we just go ahead and use a remedy. Probably on you. Get rid of that mass cripple. There we go. Oh yeah, so what I was going on about earlier in terms of the one vision run, and actually, I guess consequently, the level 1 run of Vanilla Tactics Ogre there. So the plan, more or less, is to hopefully either wrap those up or get pretty close to wrapping those up over the next few days. As far as to how, in the kind of in the background while all this other stuff was going on, went ahead and got a decent bit of grinding done on that level 1 run, to the point that it's finally coming up. Oh, jeez. He's gonna have no lives left at the end of this thing. So hopefully, yeah, I'm fairly certain that the level 1 run is completable at this point. Or at least the main part of it is completable, so like the story should be at this point. Because for those that didn't know, last time it got stuck in this funky position where it was kind of right at the very end of Chapter 2, I needed to unlock one specific class in order to be able to hire 2 specific type of units, in order to be able to scavenge skills from them, in order to be able to take those level 1s and make them viable. The problem is that, well, I apparently picked the one route where there's just no viable hires. I was trying to do the usual thing where I'm like, hey, there's suddenly another option here that I could potentially consider. This can't possibly go wrong. And then it goes completely wrong, and rerouting on the fly tends to go terribly. What a shocker. I know. Who would have ever thought that would happen? But it did. Alright, so. That happened, okay. So does that mean they're crippled now? No, it doesn't. I'll be honest, I don't exactly understand how miasma works, but that's fine. There's another one gone. Funny note, at least we get to see more maces this time around. I don't think in the vanilla game I saw any maces until I ended up unlocking the Lord. Like, I legitimately don't think I saw a single one. Any buffs worth stealing? Not really. What about components? Look. Snakebite oil? Okay, probably not worth it right now. But it's there. Nice. I think that's the one that had revive on them, so mute might actually end up being perfect in that situation. 18. 37 will do. And of course, this guy just dodges everything. 90% mean nothing to this man. Absolutely nothing. Oof. Peddler Menders is a bit brutal. Right. Do you have... Yeah, I'm gonna Master New of some description. Yeah, okay, so he's got side effects. Good, so we'll get little minor heals off this. Perfect. You know, I wonder if Forceful Strike can get crits, actually. I know it's technically a skill like any other, but it's one of those things that it kind of scales up a certain percentage. Gotta try that at some point. Okay, that's still okay. By the way, to those that are left here, how is the sound? Because I haven't messed with these settings in like 2 months, so If anything's ridiculously off, please do let me know. Really appreciate it. That won't give the debuff, but turns out it is doable. What about Chaos? You mean like Poison or Bleed or something? No, another 87% dodge? Sir, why do you not get hit by things? Good. Alright, well, I mean, we got some stuff, but, yeah. Welcome to, hardcore mode. So I think that's Snidely's first injury, a couple for Indy Warlord there, and I think Felix might possibly be dead. Let me take a look. Is he dead at level 4? Yes. Oh, that sucks. Alright. Well, you survived last run, but goodbye, sir. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I did something. That's a bug to report. So it appears... It does quite appear that if you, hang on, let me see if... Yeah, there's no longer a UI. Can I have buttons? I cannot buttons. Alright. Let's restart this. It appears if you go through the menus fast enough, you can murder the game accidentally. My bad. Alright, let's go back to it. And let's relaunch it. And pretend that didn't happen. But yeah, so... wanted to... Like I said, I wanted to do this one... because of A, wanting to finish it. And B, the sale going on. But yeah. Expect to see a lot more One Vision, as it were. Alright, so... Thankfully, this game's load times basically don't exist, so... all well and good. Alright. So, he is quite fantastically dead down there. Really, Divold is still around. Yeah, Divold and Tartarus. Someone's still surviving here. So I don't actually know what the character limit is in this game. I think they said they upped it to like 80 or something. But either way. So most of the main team here still going strong. Yeah, that looks like that was Snidely's first injury. I guess we're just gonna roll with what we got and hope for the best. Why not? I have a feeling most of the team from last run is just gonna die. Probably should have just let them keep their levels. Alright, so, as far as the big battle there, that's what I was training up for. What can we do for that? So I think the temple is our next port of call, as far as Pla goes, or no, it's actually up here. So that's gonna be... huh. Alright, so that's gonna be the big monster map there. Let's see, so still nothing in the UI for you to arrange the order of people on the screen? Yep. No, there's stuff. You can arrange them in whatever order you want. Just go down to sort units, that's always been there. Got manual, got unit number, level, HP, MP, attack, defense, mind, resistance, movement, jump, crit rate, speed, and injuries. I just sort them by injuries because it helps keep track of who's alive or dead. Because as it turns out, that might be a useful thing in a mode that kills off all your characters constantly. Would I recommend people playing it this way? Good God, no. But, you know, it's there. Like, there's a reason that it says, hey, so, guys, just so you know, maybe don't play it you know, maybe don't play it this way. Alright, Somie opened up a store. Yes. Let us do the shopping. So the guns are make magic of bullet. Yeah, there have been some interesting UI changes this last time. Kind of interesting to see here. What about glasses? Plus 10 accuracy and a little bit of extra crit rate. Yeah, why not? See if we can improve these guys a little bit. Let's just give this guy a little bit of stuff to work with here. A little bit of speed. How are we looking budget-wise? We can probably afford one more item. Maybe give him a sharp gaunt. That'll do. Alright. Couldn't afford very much, but there we are. Oh shoot, I haven't actually sent anyone out on missions in a while. I should probably do that, huh? Let's go, not to the shop, but to the guild. Or not the guild, but isn't the guild? That thing, there we go. Not in need of new recruits as much as missions. Alright, we got some repeatable ones. Alright. Now let's see. All this other stuff's all well and good. I need EXP ones, so Death from Above, sure. I'm gonna send all these lobies on a bunch of old missions. Yeah, I think we might just send all of the old folks here for retiree missions, as it were. Why not? And yeah, there we go. That'll get some experience. I think those other ones didn't, but I will. Alright, so they'll be back in about half an hour. All well and good. It's actually funny, the fact that I wanted to test out FFT on an iPad the other day almost made me consider buying War of the Lions again. It's one of those weird situations where it's like I love FFT, but just every time that I've tried War of the Lions, it's been a bad experience. It's just such a weird port, you know? Now, that all said, it's still currently on the list because supposedly when it comes to iPad ports and things, supposedly that one's better. And that said, you might be wondering, like, what the hell, why would you look at an iPad port? Well, recently had to get one for work, and it was just one of those cases of, like, well, have it, might as well see what works on it. FTL works fantastic on one, that's for sure. Like, I think, legitimately, it might be my favorite way to play FTL. I was looking for this, but couldn't find it on there. Oof. Okay, so all those monster variants are now just everywhere. Good to know. Okay, so crack stuntman. Wow, you're... Oof. It might help if I remember to equip my characters. I suppose the damage is acceptable, though. We'll make it work. And you might be saying, hey, why don't you just throw a rock? Don't worry, that's not lost on me here. We need attack and mine plus. Electro-constrictor. Yeah, see about binding that one in place at least. Okay, no such luck. In that case, you just run up and start killing stuff. What? What? Again, what is with 80% missing today? Ah. Okay, that is a whole lot of animation for a whole lot of no damage. But yeah, I don't know why we can't have any luck with 80%. Yeah, that's definitely a problem though, because I needed to see some of these birds going away. Oof. Yeah, this is going great. Alright, random debuffs. Who's moving next? So, wait a minute. Initiative can stack? Oh, no, okay. I was gonna say. That'd be awesome if it could, but I don't believe it. Alright, so she's just gonna start moving up. I need her to run up and collect that item before anything else goes wrong here. Because as it stands, there's a whole lot of going wrong and not a whole lot of much else. I think we can deal with that dragon. Yeah, I think he's gonna get hit anyway. I don't wanna waste an item. Oof. Good lord, man. Those guys stack up so fast. I mean, go for the 50% rage, I guess. Yeah, get the berserk. She's gonna go over there, and everyone else just has to survive for a turn now. Seems he gets attacked a lot, so let's put her in the corner. Not good. Potentially could still make it. Not anymore. Well, worth a shot. Oh my goodness, man. Although, wait a minute, they... Okay, that was minus boon, not plus boon. For a second I was like, wait a minute, they got boon, but they didn't die? Something is amiss. Alright, more rage bullet. Alright, there we go. Got the thing. Get out. Still 4 injuries. Alright. That all said, we should probably try and buy a few things here. Specifically... Who was that one guy? Well, no wonder you were taking hits. Okay, yeah, you probably want items or something. He's all fancy over here, needing actual equipment to not die. Sheesh. People these days. Alright. There we go. Wear some garbage. And hopefully at some point it'll be useful. Goody goody. And then some plot happens. And yes, we'll trust Yates. He is a new character. And hopefully he comes in leveled up, because I don't know how we're going to deal with that situation otherwise. I'll leave Crack Stuntman here for now. I'll get Chaco in here. Alright, so we gotta get her some shiny new jewelry, as the man says. So, I forget what the actual deal is here. I think we're supposed to just be Katja. For now, anyway. Put some traps around Yates, keep him a little bit safer. Falcon Flourish, I suppose. Get the mercenary out of the way first. It really just seems like his main protocol is just going to be trying to be pissing people off with his little plink shots. Alright, get her scout, figure out where the trap is, get her crit rate up, so she can start chainsawing through stuff. Get all those attack boosts and everything. Ah, that's adorable. That's adorable, it thinks it's damage. This feels so weird. This feels so weird right now. Like, I have not seen the house quiet in years, I think. It's like the dogs are sleeping, the kiddos are off on their little trip here. Wife's off on a little trip. It's lonely, but interesting. Let's put it that way. Alright. So immediately we know Jacko is probably not long for this world. We're gonna have to get him some new equipment. Yeah, I really like Kiria's build here. She's basically in a position where she just barely has to survive stuff. She can heal herself every turn. She can basically slow down everybody to the point that we can actually start gaining some ground after a while. It's pretty alright. Alright, go for this guy. Purple Flourish. Break his stuff. Because originally I was thinking like a Gunner Duelist build for him. Not good. Another Berserk over there. Wow. Alright, well, instantly healed back to full. That pocket halberd and everything. But again, you know, she's one of the characters that probably survived the best through the whole New Game Plus transition. She got most of her stuff back, she hasn't died, so that's more than many of them. And I suppose it's kind of inevitable that all the background characters will end up getting killed off as it goes right now. Simply because, well, they all had lower stats, they didn't get that same dual wield build. Plus, she got most of the best stuff there. Most of the super OP items got taken away, but, you know. Alright, that worked out fine. Like, we don't have the, what was it, the balancer or something along those lines? Finish him! So far so decent. Yeah, I wish there was some portable way to play this. Alright, we're gonna leave her right there. Crit rate went down, they're all just still fighting amongst themselves, that works out perfectly. That's not ideal, but screw it. Oof. Oh wait, actually that's a friendly zombie, so good. Yeah, I forgot Yates is really good for that. Just find really high HP units and just reanimate them as zombies. Because we don't have any liches, surprisingly. So he can't be crippled. Again, at the very least, get his health leached. Alright, you are just gonna give yourself a little heal. Perfect. You look like a character that was planning to do something, and now you don't anymore. What a problem solver. Yeah, her buffs are gone, but we're alright. Yeah, so one of the little projects I was doing while waiting for my hand to heal, while waiting to see if the new job would work out and all this other stuff here, was working on that whole Ogre League thing, so the AI tournament between all the different Ogre Battle teams and everything else. And actually, it's still coming along alright. Ended up going back and redoing all of them, which might seem like a bit of a dumb choice at first, but then... Well, okay, so a weird thing came up. Like, at first I was thinking, okay, there's obviously... Anytime I try to put golems or whatever on any team, they wind up super overpowered, because automatically the multiplayer of that one goes all the way up to 50. So, the idea was, well, what if we skip all that? And, well, not so much skip all that. Originally, the reason that I was going and balancing them all for sort of like a mid-game kind of situation is because it seemed like it would prevent a lot of the secondary effects of a lot of items. So, for example, most of the end-game like unique weapons and things like that have special attacks attached to them, and it suddenly became really clear why in vanilla they sucked. Like, why most of the unique attacks that were attached to that stuff would, I don't know, at best, maybe be useful in some absurdly specific situation, like you end up getting the Notos, and they're like, you get a free use of Deadshot 3, and it's like, why the hell would I want this? So basically the answer is, well, you'd basically want that on a character that was already really good at casting and just happened to be a two-hander character somehow. Don't question it, you can use it now. In reality, I think it was possibly a last-minute decision, because while you could do that kind of stuff in previous games, like, I think it was, I think you could always get some equivalent of Judgment or something like that off the Ambition or something, if I recall. Or I think the Brynhilder could also do that. While you could do that in previous games, it didn't really... it's not necessarily it didn't completely work, it was mostly just that, well, character stats tended to be less, like, either you win or you don't. It was like they... Oof. Ooh, that's a bad one right there. Whoops, our main character got booted off a roof. Ooh, and that's a game over right there, actually. Oh, you suck. Alright. Well, that was a bit of a downer. When's the last time I saved? Wait a minute, Oh, okay, we're good. We're good. It just keeps counting, that's what it is. Alright. Alright, let's get the cow in here. Let's get Softpaw in here. Do you have, you got items? Yes, you do. Get young Donalto in here. Just get our old 18 back. And yeah, you know what? You did pretty well, I think. Oh yeah, so, to finish off my train of thought from earlier, so the reason, once all is said and done, that I ended up changing my mind over whether to allow characters to use higher level stuff or not for that tournament, just kind of wound up boiling down to the fact that, yeah, monster characters for the most part wound up being super overpowered. A lot of teams ended up using them, and I guess technically speaking, I never considered just putting them one tier under the top one, and just kind of finding something that worked in all cases. Because I kind of had this, I was being a little bit stubborn about it, because I was like, you know what, it needs to be standard, it can't have any elemental thing. So my main stand-in, like, for, like, let's say, any Knight of Lotus team that was, say, Longsword, Tower Shield, or whatever else, I gave them a Damask set with a Tower Shield on it. I was like, oh, you know, this looks similar, sort of similar role. Not exactly. We'll just leave it at not exactly. So it didn't quite work that way, because then they just wound up pretty weak compared to almost everybody else. Had some characters that had unique stuff attached to them, so they kind of had to have certain things on them. And of course then they ended up getting completely dominated. Like, for example, like, let's take the Glamrock as an example. If there's a team with Oz on it, he'll just nuke people right at the very start. So, it wound up pretty one-sided in some cases, and then trying to balance for that was weird, so ended up going back and redoing them, which ended up working out perfectly fine, because as of the last patch, a bunch of stuff got moved around again, so that's fine. Oh, there's a Duelist Lord. Alright. I think I want Softpaw to go back to doing their crazy fast stuff. Alright, that'll weaken them. What about poison? That'll do basically nothing. Do you not have... Oh, jeez. I mean, at least they'll be rooted, I guess. It's a very, very weird setup. Okay. That'll do. Guess we'll just have to deal with all of them one at a time now. It's kind of a shame, because last time it was almost a win. Ah, jeez. I think that was Lord Cow Permadeath. Why, Mr. Cow? For that matter, I hope Mr. Cow is doing okay. I haven't heard from him in a while. Yes, I know. It feels like every other stream I'm wondering what happened to Mr. Cow. Dude's got a stressful life. Kind of disappears sometimes. I worry. Anywho. There we go. Crazy lady with an axe got all berserk-like. Actually, now that I think about it, I wonder if there's a mod out there. I wonder if there's a mod for just giving everybody serious faces. Like, all the portraits are already serious, but I mean, in terms of just the templates for the faces, I feel like they could potentially get a whole lot more people on board with this if they had a quote-unquote serious mode. Like, animations or no, I think it's the smiles that sometimes do it weird for some folks. And I know that's a weird thing to nitpick, but I've seen that come up constantly. Like, people tell me they look at it and they're like, oh, I see the smiley little characters and all the fancy hair. I'm like, oh, that doesn't look serious. It's good, though. You gotta give it a shot. Gotta give it a go. Okay, so he's about to go down. They're going Panacea. That's not ideal, but still workable. Donnie here should get Yates back up. Yeah. Good. She's probably going to take somebody out. Still just focusing on him, weirdly enough. That's fine. Yeah, Donalto basically can't die at this point. Or at least it would take a hell of a lot for him to. Take their healer out. Oh, shoot. Forgot about that guy. But we've got free zombie friends, so that's always nice. Can you make him not a problem anymore? Great. Took an unhealthy whack of damage there, but oh well. Do it. I'm actually really surprised that hit like that. But I won't say no. You know, now that I think about it, with all the modding tools and everything else available for this one, I wonder what would happen if the One Vision guy ended up working with this one. I just have him make a mod. Alright, still can't afford a mass heal here. Can do a mass shield, I guess? Yeah. It's something. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see One Vision remade in this. I mean, supposedly... Oh, get out of here. Wait, that's not a game over? Weird? Okay. I would have sworn that'd be a game over right there. Apparently the guy fixing the crazy demon is getting killed isn't the problem, but, you know, the crazy demon dying is a problem. Alright. She's almost toast. Got a Berserk healer up there. Donnie should be able to sort that mess out. Alright, the problem is everything's blocked off by traps. Which I guess if she took a full heal now, just took a bleed trap, that'd be fine. Apparently she's unaffected by him anyway. Good, good, good. Very, very good. The amount of good cannot possibly be explained. Alright. Let's do one of them. He's just there with his MP shield repeatedly, so no need to worry about him there. Have her climb without getting knocked off the roof. We should be perfectly fine to just completely sweep up there. Zombie's just gonna zombie. He's protected for one more move. We do a mass shield here. Take the secondary effects. Oh, did I already do that? Apparently I already did that. That's fine, you don't need brains to think. Thinking's overrated. This is one of those situations where I kind of feel like Quick Fingers should, I don't know, kind of just feel like it should be a movement mode of some kind. Because unless you're already playing as a peddler, it doesn't seem like you'd likely want to take that ability, but I don't know. Rude. Okay. So that's potentially problematic. I think she's good enough to survive it all. Hard to say for sure, though. Alright, so without Yates, we're not getting much help. She's having a really annoying time getting through all that mess up there. Thank you. Alright, he'll take one full heal, please. Dandy dandy. He'll just keep laying down the pressure over here. That'll continue doing nothing. Alright, I think we got this. Fairly certain we got this. Yep, looks like it's just her now. That one will just get shot in the back. Not too much to worry about. No, you're gonna go ahead and do nothing apparently. Alright, you can't make that shot. I don't know what effect going there will have exactly. Alright, so she's gonna scout for no particularly good reason. She's basically just getting more experience. We're gonna have Softball go around to the side, take her shot so that she levels up for the next fight. That'll do. You're gonna swing and a miss. I suppose all things considered, having MP shield on a guy that needs MP to function isn't the greatest idea. That'd be kind of hilarious if you had cast from MP, but MP shield at the same time, so you're just swapping bars at that point. What would that look like? And then we skip some cutscenes where stuff happens. Nothing to do but wait, as we apparently have that horrifying dog creature just hanging out in the background, doing his thing. Alright. She has rejoined. Gets a special class. Alright, so that was a success. What do you get? Experience points? Dandy. They did well too. You know, looking at it now, I can kind of see why folks were saying that it would be nice to see those points boosted a little bit. Because it really doesn't give you much, does it? Oh well, let's learn some stuff and go from there. Some alchemistic stuff. Let's do side effects. Ooh, initiative, actually. Oh, but she's got so many other things, and man, initiative on her would be insane. But yeah, there's... I don't think there's anything I'd really change about her class right now. Just kind of learning these for the sake of learning them. She just becomes the master of all things. Let's see, immune to injuries, poison, bleed, and weaken. Lick wounds feel like it would make them a little bit more viable. Alright, so it's something I want to mess with here. So he's got height advantage, concentration. I don't feel like the gunner thing's doing much for him. But I feel like Malice would be better there instead of health expert. Maybe just item potency, because honestly, health expert doesn't seem worth the slot right now. It's barely giving him enough to do stuff. Blood mark just gets extra points. Probably goes really well when it comes to combining with what's called dual wield. I actually don't know if it stacks when using dual wield. Something to potentially look into in the future. Any turn, the character does deal HP. They build up a bonus up to 72%. The bonus is used up upon dealing damage. Okay, so that should make Grill Master a hell of a lot better. And yeah, no, I know I'm doing a lot of these just kind of at random. These guys are just learning in the background. If they get a skill combo that makes them actually viable, good. See how it all ends up working out. And then, if they all end up dead, we'll just go ahead and make some new ones, and then we'll go from there. I'm actually really, really surprised that we've gotten this far and nobody's gotten pissed off about that yet. It seems like the thing that would have happened. It's like the natural progression of, like, why are you making all these characters and just letting them get killed off and making new ones? The game even tells you not to do it that way. Yeah, I know. I know. I'm very well aware. And I'm assuming other folks are quite aware too, by the looks of it. Alright. Maybe should have combined that with, like, the credibility of some kind, but can use some heavy hammers now. Not that that would be much of an upgrade for him. What do those stars mean? Does it just mean that that's a character that's been around since the last campaign? Yeah, I think so. Oh man, they're just laying on the pain. Like, here's all these characters that have been around for so long. They're all dead now. Ooh, no way. That's pretty cool. Apparently at some point they added a learn all button. So if a character has enough points to just learn everything off the bat. Pretty cool. Seems very situational, but very, very cool. Hadn't Venge help her at all? Nah, I doubt it. It's hard to say exactly where it lands, but I don't know. At no point have I seen Height Advantage and thought like, wow, this is something that's mind blowing in this situation. And that basically just applies to any situation whatsoever. Alright, so let's go show off this mass battle thing. So if I recall, it was like a 16v16 or something? Some kind of nuts. But if I recall, the last time I came in here, it was a little bit problematic in terms of how high level they were. They're all coming in at 9s. Generally a silver standard going on here. Alright, so we got 9 one way or another. So we're gonna have our heal nuke back here. We're gonna have young Donalto up front. Yeah, and I think Anadine was actually dead last round, but now she came back with 4 injuries, as did Yates. Oh? Hi there, Evan. How's it going? Thank you for the subscribe daily. And yes, it is. It happened. I know. Like, it just suddenly happened. Kind of a bit out of nowhere. Basically, the way that it happened, I wound up with a situation where there was there was suddenly several days in a row where, despite the fact that I picked up shifts every day and everything, there was time now. Granted, most of this would be during the evenings. But the kiddos, my wife and family and everybody else went off for a whole thing for a few days, and while I was technically invited and was originally going to go, it turns out nobody was here to watch our animals, so since I had work shifts anyway, they're like, yeah, why don't you just stay and watch them? We'll get all the fancy food, so, so went. Alright. So first of all, barrier on everyone. So yeah, what I was hoping to do was get a whole lot of stuff done as far as runs went. And kind of go from there. Alright, next we'll do mass shield. I'm thinking right here. But anyway, what have you been up to, Mr. Evan? Oh, by the way, cool thing I found out when testing this last time, they'll actually come down and let these guys out of their cages. So yeah, these are the mass battles they were talking about. Pretty gigantic maps, lots of stuff going on. They'll go and they'll call in more units, and you just kind of get it swarmed from everywhere. It's pretty darn cool. Let's see, work, going to Kentucky next week. Oh man, they're letting you travel again? Nice. Good times there. Is it all feeling safe on your end? Man, honestly, I couldn't tell you what on earth is even going on in like everything right now. It's a total mystery to me. Because stuff's randomly locked down, and there's randomly outbreaks that are shutting stuff down, but then like other stuff is just completely ignoring it, and then it's so weird. It's such a weird time. Like recently, the kiddos have been are in a position where they're actually going to be able to go to school now, and they're about to start and everything. It's all looking good, and honestly, at first I was really, really, really worried. So you bought all the PPE for it. Yeah, it's weird. Like it's the effects of everything are super weird right now. It's like I keep looking at everything and imagining like how on earth would this look on a stat sheet right now. It's like it has 10% chance to protect at this radius, but also prevents from this, like basically 90% from this other radius. But then if it gets wet at all, it goes down to 0. But then if you if you put it on backwards, you're basically preventing yourself. Or then there's a lower transmission chance of yourself to somebody else. Like, man. But like with my job, I've been going to people's homes and things like that. It's just something that was requested. Honestly, it's something I wasn't even expecting to do, and then they're like, well, guess what? We scheduled you for it. Get out there, a-hole. So, went ahead and did it. Went out there with all the protective stuff and everything else, and so far, I'm liking my new job. I hope it all continues being good. Because as much as it's one of those things where it's like, oh, you, salesperson, I like sales. There's a certain gaminess to sales, It's pretty much one of the very few cases that you can actually apply strategic knowledge to some degree in order to be able to do your job. I mean, most of the few weeks that I was spent training for the thing were literally just strategy meetings. Because they're like, how do you counter this with this other thing and all this other thing? Like, how do you manage to do all these sales things without ever pressuring somebody and whatever else? Like, if we ever find out that you pressured somebody into something, you are immediately fired and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah. But it's interesting. It's interesting. I mean, I will say for the first time in my life, it's interesting to actually work for a company that legitimately have seen their stuff working properly. It's like there's no question here. This is legitimately good. So that's nice. It's a nice upgrade, I'd say. But yeah. Are you set up for chivalrous yet? No. Shoot. Yeah, he can't even chivalrous yet. Just rapturous, I guess. Actually, can you do anything yet? Let's see. Will that... He'll do better. They're not... Okay, it's not worth doing. Just defend until your heal nukiness is needed. Whoa. Okay, that's a new move. Yeah, looks like Archer A blinking over there. Could have gone for a crit there. Would have been nice. Gonna go here to block this guy's cage. I'm sure they'll send somebody else to go out and open them. Alright, you need to get these taken out. So I think if we just hang out down here, kind of take them out as they come. Might be the best way to go about this particular situation. Or not. Well, no, they'll run out of items eventually, so that's still fine. Ooh. Okay, everything just died. Yeah, I would seriously not expect any of these guys to last any length of time. So I hope you've got new character designs in mind. Because, this is... Welcome to the meat grinder. Let's get Denton back. He's fast, he's lethal, he's not long for this world. Yeah, like, so far this map does feel very Tactics Ogre, I will say. You've just got like 50,000 units everywhere, your own dudes dropping all over the place. Rage! Actually, looking at it, I kind of feel like Malice needed a buff. Like, I feel it needs to be 20% or something for how important its slot is. Let's see, how would this do? How good are you stacking your moves so far? So she hasn't done any damage yet. Like, I love the way that they handled illusionists in this game. I know they're not illusionists, they're sorcerers now, or war mages, or whatever you want to call them. But it's a really nice way that they did it, because the main downside of them before is that you could always choose some way to have enough MP to make the whole thing work, and you could especially combine it with other moves to be completely busted. So in this one, not only do you get so many counters all over the map, most of their real strength and everything else ends up coming from the fact that they're... Wait, can we do anything good here? Not really. But yeah, most of their strength comes from the fact that they have to actually sit in place for a little while. That 72% of their actual hitting strength is hidden behind a Ruptor. We get double attack there. Now that I think about it, you know what? Probably just having him run Mirage with these double knives is the best way to handle him. Because then he gets constantly attacked. I mean, she's got her MP shield, so she's fine. She can just basically sweep any individual units that come on down here. Blood Axe that thing so hard it turned into water. Only downside is now we've got a whole bunch of ranged units coming in. And I know the second I send her up there, she's gonna have problems. but we'll deal with that as it comes. Alright, she's a little bit down. Don't do... Okay. Alright, so... The fact that they're a sorcerer reminded me of a weird thing, which, by the way, apologies to any of y'all that have been sitting around on the Discord every now and then, because I've gone on a few rants now about this particular show, but for anyone unfamiliar with it, there was a show back in 2012 called Merlin, or Adventures of Merlin, I think it's called, and it's basically just like this very British sitcom take on the Arthurian tales and things like that. And, like, at its core, you can tell there was a lot of love that went into it. Wow, also, very fancy name on that one. But, like, you can tell there was a lot of love that went into it. There's, like, all the designs and everything. The fact that there's consistency that's paid attention when it comes to, like, for example, any kind of damages or whatever else that end up occurring over the course of the show. One of the details that I always point out is the fact that one of the main characters refuses to ever put their coif on, and they're one of the few characters that constantly lose their helmet. Like, all the main characters that refuse to wear coifs are always the ones that lose their helmets. So, like, I don't know if that was intentional or just the fact that they would be in the plot positions to do so, but it's a neat little detail all the same. But either way, it's a shame because, on the one hand, you know, it's pretty awesome as far as that goes. There's all these little details and everything. On the downside, I don't think I've ever seen so much, like, outright refusal to move the plot forward. It's legitimately frustrating after a while. Like, by this point, I think we're on Season 5 now. And by this point, I believe the main character has been accused of treason and put on the chopping block, like, at least a dozen times. I mean, after a while, after they've gone and just literally saved everyone in the room's lives, you know, several times over, maybe chill on the, you know, trying to kill him off for treason because some random person walked through the door and accused him of it. Again, for like the third time this week. It's just, like, it's so dumb, you know? And it's hard to describe exactly because it's constant. It is surprisingly constant. At first it was fairly mild, but then it's just all the time. It's like every time you see a new character show up, and like, oh, so they're gonna probably render the other main characters unconscious, and they're probably gonna accuse, you know, the main guy of treason again, and everyone's just gonna believe them at their word with no evidence whatsoever and tons to the contrary again. But yeah. Ooh, look, you can actually activate the new enemy scout. That's a great idea with no possible downsides. Right, well, I feel like we should probably at least throw some traps out here or something. I can't do that. That was a 99% miss. Nice. Alright, so this guy needs to survive one more round, then he'll be able to go out there. Make use of Rebirth to kind of last out a round. Thing is, we need to get Anodine up there to start making some progress. Alright, that'll get rid of her cripple. Worth it? Not necessarily, but we have ways to bring him back anyway. I mean, if nothing else, he's doing his job. It's not perfect, but it'll do the job. Oof, jeez. Alright, well, get him back. I know he's probably not surviving until the end of this fight. But okay, if we can at least deal with... Ah, jeez. Yeah, he's definitely not surviving till the end of this fight. If we can at least deal with some of these characters. So Revive doesn't have a limit on it, so I'll probably deal with the Fencer first. If Raging Bullet can hit, we can at least get some of them fighting amongst each other. So Dude's just going to sit here sniping, you're going to sit here whittling away on whatever you can, really. Not much else for you to do. It seems like they've got that nice little squad in the back that's perfectly content to just sit on their wall. Not gonna judge them for that. Alright, you got that buff going. So we can guarantee that insta-kill, I'd hope. I have no idea what we're gonna do once this initial advantage wears off. Probably find something else to exploit. Maybe get a second Blood Axe Plus or something. Actually, if anything, I'm a little bit surprised that the Blood Axe Plus even exists. Like, of all the DLC things so far, I'd say it feels the most busted. I could be wrong. I mean, granted, I haven't seen very much of it. Alright. So, they're not super interested in checking out Troy so far. So that's okay, we're going to take advantage of that to put him out front. Interesting interaction between those two. Gonna very slowly push forward and maybe use Donna here. Potentially get some new characters back into the fight. Smelter Blue can go over here. I can't quite get a heal to Soft Paw, so I'm just gonna immediately Rapturous here. Sacrifice him, get everybody back together. Alright, that's fine. I don't plan to have them attack many turns anyway, if they can survive this. It seems like their healing's pretty limited at this point. Oof, okay. They're not doing great, but it could really be worse. Alright, didn't get the rage off. Yeah, it really feels like Malice should be 20%. I mean, he's a debuff specialist right now. That 10% ain't doing jack for him. So she's one turn away from doing her thing. Let's put you here. Hannadine's gonna go and clear the way for her. How do you even describe the classes of this game? She's like, basically, she is a, what is it? She's a ranger, mercenary, ninja hybrid. Currently making use of vampire weapons and backed up by a technician. She's functionally some kind of supernatural death robot. It's pretty awesome. Alright, Mass Renew would not go amiss here. There we go. So that should keep her running for a little bit. Ooh. Okay. Let's put him up front. Yeah, this is working better than I had thought. Okay, good. Good, good, good. Troy's just gonna stand up here. That 60% is terrible. I don't feel like he's specialized for anything. Let's get the speed generator going. Alright, hopefully we're good enough to enter here, because she's about to take a whole bunch of hits, possibly. Seriously, that is just ridiculous. They throw out so much damage. Alright, if nothing else, maybe that'll give them a little bit of a reason to panic. The fact that everybody else, maybe, if they're lucky, hits a 60 or 80, this guy can do 100 with a rock. Oh, get out of here, man. What is that? Okay. Alright. The only realistic option here. It's fine, he'll be back. Alright, well, he's here as a distraction, but unfortunately, I'm a little bit annoyed as to how much the Arpias do here. Because right now we're kind of in a position where the guy just pulled out 100 plus out of nowhere. Oh well, we're still getting there. It's still technically possible, I suppose. I just kind of wish I would have saved those revives from earlier. What can you do? Right. Yeah, I feel like a lot of this map was designed with quick fingers in mind. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about those staircases. Though that overreach ability, I need to see what it does, because it is annoying. What is your deal? Attack expert, exploit weakness, no weakness, no... Okay, so... Oh, well and good. What the hell's overreach? 1.2... Defense down, counts as regular attack and will use equipped weapons, elements, and debuffs. Okay. I need him to be able to use Revive. So current plan here is simple. He needs to be covered by everybody else. So they all need to go attack her. He needs to be able to get away, not get attacked for a couple turns, and or get MP boosted. Needs to get Andine back at full health, who then needs to go on a completely psychotic rampage through absolutely everybody, and somehow pull off a win from that. It is looking extraordinarily unlikely, but it's about the only thing that can actually work here. I guess the big question is, do we get to keep the experience from this? Because that'd be pretty cool if we could. Alright, no mana rocks left. That character's dead. Rude. Yeah, let's go take a look at the full extent of the Samurai's whole tree here. This feels like they get a lot of stuff. Alright, let's take a look here. So, Spirit Bow forces the target to change direction to face the character and will inflict defense down and resistance down. Half damage attack, sounds good. Overreach. Why is it called Overreach? I thought it had extended range or something. Oh well. Anyway, let's see. Removes all debuffs from the character, restoring 0.6 for each debuff. Also sets evasion to 0% until the character's next turn. Okay, fair enough. 1.35 physical in a large area around the character. Force targets an area to change direction to face the character, then will inflict cripple. Okay, Restless. 0.7 physical damage that ignores target's defense, also inflicts resistance down. Spirit Sword. 2.6% dang. Physical against the target, all inflicts 1 down at only 14. That's really strong for only 14. And then 0.5 damage. The target inflicts bleed. Counts as regular attack and leaves that equip weapons, element, and debuffs. That character's next turn comes 50% faster. Okay. Alright, interesting. Apparently they come with Attack Expert and Exploit Weakness. So... what? That's a little busted. Okay, so I actually should be changing Anadine to one of those then. Yeah, there's only one way that this can possibly work, and that involves him getting haste and not getting attacked for a round. But yeah, on a normal run, I'd say this is definitely doable. For this one, it's doable, but I feel like the party needs to come together a bit more. Like, we'll say we're in kind of a weird jank position right now. Alright, so can he revive yet? No. But he can run like a madman and hope that maybe, just maybe, he can get far away enough to make something happen. Alright. I'm gonna give him the shield for now. Come on, man. and don't take his MPs. I'm gonna give him a shield for now with the... Dude, are you serious? That is just rude. I think it's a like 30% chance, and how many of those 60% missed? Game, you are cruel sometimes, you know? Can be just downright mean. Alright. It's not like it's any less impossible than it was before, but, you know. A little bit more irritating. But he might be able to get to 22 a little bit better now. Still has one heal here. Oh, right. He's crippled, so he can't get... right. Right. Literally the only possibility is for him to get completely out of range of everybody, which is unlikely. If he somehow manages to pull that off, then he would be able to use a remedy, at which point he would be able to... Nah, he's just dead now. Alright, so what happens if dead? What happened when dead occurrence? Like, is it a full game over, or yes it is? That's weird. Why is it a full game over? Alright. So... I suppose we just go on with the story then. Gonna see what else is new, unlock new areas, all that kind of thing. Probably go through more characters in this whole training type situation. Yeah, right, that was already all fully built out. Yeah, I feel like I definitely see though why people are saying that this this system definitely needed more experience for these characters, because it does feel like a big chunk of why it would be potentially useful would be to essentially have your characters well, have your characters training off in the background here, but like, ability points are nice and all, but sometimes when you don't want to train them up for EXP, then... I don't know. I like it, though. I like it, I just think it needs a little tweak. So far. So far. Can't say for 100% certain, but... feeling that so far. Now, out of curiosity, can we actually change anybody to one of them samurai dealies yet? Do we even know what they are? Let's see, Plague Doctor, Fellblade. Somehow we don't have one of those yet. Need to get on that. You know, it would be good to have a whole bunch of War Mages. Yeah, there's probably going to be a unique class or something. Let's go in and out of the menu 50 bajillion times here. So there were craftables. Good attack bonus, sure. Wait, seriously? All this takes is gold thread? I mean, alright. And because we haven't gone through the menu enough times, let's go take a look at those badges. Allows monster to be a Warden variant and Fell variant. Okay. Now, can this dude be any of those things? Alright. Daft at manipulating items. He gets Lucky and Tool User, gets Victory Dance and Challenger. This has to be the Fell variant here. Requires Deft 4. Sure, go be one of those for a little bit. I have no idea what's going on with this system, but it's okay. If you say so, game. Stuff is definitely happening there. 817, sure. And yeah, I would say on an easier difficulty, so far the large battles seem like a very Farampa kind of situation. Like a... Definitely makes me think of the lake in Farampa. Yes, they give you loots. All well and good. You go there, make them fight amongst each other. You'll potentially be useful. There. I'm just gonna have a Mana Stone himself here, so that hopefully you can give Anadine a re-raise, just to be safe. Oh, jeez, man. Y'all are mean. Okay. Scout, so she can get her crits up. Laser him up some magic lasers. Alright, I'll go there. I was really hoping the other one would get caught in the trap, but alright. What? Okay, I gotta see what that move does, because that was a really unexpected long-range move from him. Right, what is your deal? What is Salve Sprout? Okay, characters next turn will come 33% faster. Store that 0 to 7 range? What kind of nonsense? What? Okay. A little surprised he can be rooted, but there we go. Not that it seems to matter very much. Give him Rebirth, take all of his extra MP, and walk back here. If you could not ice absolutely everybody, that'd be fantastic. Perfect. I need more of these guys fighting among... Ah, he can't be enraged. I saw that a little bit too late. Alright, he's probably getting taken out. That one's probably getting away. Unless a rooting shot wants to work with that 75% that it told me to totally do. There we go. I have to say, it's kind of impressive how the damage formula in this works. Now, there's a character here that's functionally really, really OP, but, well, right now they're in a position where they're still getting threatened by just about every random enemy on the map. Okay, and there went her rebirth. What an a-hole. Fairly certain at some point somebody's probably going to point out the whole thing that the game keeps scaling harder every time that carrier gets another level. I'm aware, but oh well, that's the point of this run. It just gets more and more chaotic and we get more people to somehow suicidally follow her around. Even though it long since passed time for them to not do that. Perfect. And he still doesn't gain a level. But that's alright. Should be another one gone. She's gonna farm experience by repeatedly shooting that thing on the side. Yeah, I think we're definitely gonna need some new rookies on the team. Right, don't take her out, don't take her out, don't take her out. You are terrible! Okay. Yeah, it's just enough to make the revive happen. Alright, you're gonna continue kiting this one around. There we are. I think it might be safe to say this whole team dynamic might be a little abnormal. Just slightly. Alright, let's give her barrier so she hopefully isn't getting some bizarre debuff at the very least. Not that there have been too many of those flying around this particular round, but oh well. Alright, so we get Mally in here. You'll continue doing basically nothing to that one. You will attempt to eventually keep doing this healing thing until maybe you aren't just getting crushed by everything out here. Well, that's kind of always going to be the name of the game with all monster units. In pretty much any game ever. Just stuck in a position where they're always either way too good or way too weak. I mean, they do give them their usual 5 equipment slots in this one, so I'd say they're probably, one could argue, a bit better balanced than most, but really that can only do so much. That should overpower these two. Yep, there she goes. Finish him off with a rock. Or I guess not. Alright, return place. Do a little bit of the old haste thing. You do a little bit of the old heal thing. This is pretty much asking for this guy to get nuked into oblivion. And there's the first one. Okay, that's legitimately surprising. I mean, if you say so, who am I to judge? Alright, there goes that one. I think we need to interact with that little whatchamacallit over there on the left. There's an activation move. That's fine. He needs to go up and heal, so he can get his 42 or whatever experience. Okay, we got the obelisk clues, whatever they do. Key items can be viewed from the troops menu by selecting... Cool, okay. Neat. I had no idea where you could find items on New Game Plus. Probably should have taken another round to give Mally another level, but it's alright. A few more injuries, take this event, forget what it does entirely. They do their talking thing. Neat. Alright, so we're a few minutes from these missions clearing up. So we'll just give them a little bit of a second to do that, go through all the abilities. Tool user can use items, situational commands such as open, yada yada yada, do not cost and actually use. Oh! Oh! Okay, alright. Attitude, immune to injuries, poison, bleed, and weaken. Some actions have a 75% chance to inflict bleed, yes. A guard variant. What's this? It's a Rampart Aura, except it's always Rampart Tier 1. Anyone who hasn't played TO probably has no idea what the hell I'm talking about, though I'm assuming anyone who has, even on this channel whatsoever, has probably heard of Tactics Ogre. Extensively. I think it's one of those things, it's a relatively safe assumption. Oh, actually, you know what? During this whole little hiatus thing, I forgot to mention a bit of a milestone that happened. As far as the whole subscribe-a-daily thing, ended up passing 800. So, yeah. I mean, it's going up relatively quick, especially these last few months. It's just been, like, 1 or 2 a day. So, give it a few months, and I think at that point it becomes a bigger deal, I guess. I mean, as much as something this friggin' niche can actually stick out, but hey. It's something. It's definitely a happy little surprise. I was thinking like, oh man, it's everyone's gonna leave and or forget because it's been a hot minute. Instead, I look at it and like, oh, there's way more now for some reason. Did they all misclick the same button? Apparently so. Apparently so. I don't believe training all these guys actually accomplishes anything, but just on the off chance that it does, we're gonna push all their buttons. Okay. Actually, wait a minute, wasn't Raynor... Yeah, Raynor was dead. It was Yates, that was the other one that just barely survived. Alright, so I got Druid. They're at 5, so they should actually be usable at this point. Alright, so I got Reaver. Bloodlust, okay. First off, critical rebirth now. Wow, she's getting a lot of stuff. Okay, interesting. Okay, yeah, definitely add that. That's really cool. Especially combined with Health Expert. That's it's a really good one. And in fact, I'd probably replace this one with something to give buffs here. Because essentially you can probably stack future heals this way. Now, kind of wonder if that stacks with stuff like Mirage. Because if your Mirage gets knocked away, does that count as a buff? Does that essentially mean that you can essentially Mirage heal? It's worth checking. Alright. So I'll leave the half-bird on him. I'll give him a sharp gaunt. Do we have anything better armor-wise? Not currently. He's a 10. We definitely want to make more use of him. A weird thing I just noticed, actually. If he ends up learning dual wield, if you dual wield stabs, does that mean you get really long range casting? I feel like given everything else that absolutely would stack. Yeah, definitely want to try that dual wield setup. There we go. And we got a few seconds left on that last one. It's almost always a success, it seems. Out of curiosity, though, there were some assassins on that one. Do you now have the ability to dual stabs? No. We'll get there. Interestingly enough, he does seem to have come with some of this stuff from last time. Yeah, okay. We're still woefully lacking for equipment in a lot of cases here. Just need to go and make sure all the KO'd characters actually have all their stuff removed. that makes more sense. That makes a lot more sense. Cowl seems like a good buff. Wow, okay, yeah. That's probably a good reason as to why she was getting taken out so easily. Might definitely explain a few things. What about you? Like, considering how much stuff we put together, I'm still a little bit confused as to why exactly we're having so many equipment issues. Died with the blood of fairies. That's brutal sounding. But he definitely needs the defense. Oh, I'll get another one of these too. Yeah, I'd probably give you one of those. Give you one of those. Sounds pretty fancy. But anyway, so that'll do that for the moment. I think that's as far as we're getting for right now. I do plan to do a bunch of these over the course of the next few days here, so do stick by. I will be swapping between this and the One Vision run, and yeah, I think that'll do it for now. So, guys, have a good one. Take care. Hope you're all staying safe, and